Hi everybody. Hey all you cool cats and kittens. Hey everyone. If this is your first time visiting my channel, then welcome to my Free to Be family, where we're free to be ourselves, to share our thoughts, and a place where we support each other. My name is Elise Saunders, and I'm a country recording artist, singer-songwriter, and I'm going to share my 5 simple ways to journal for anxiety. And before we get into it, I do want to say really quickly, thank you so much to all of you who have been showing support to my YouTube journey so far, whether you've been subscribing or commenting or liking. I appreciate all of it so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I release new episodes each week. I will be doing that every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every little bit helps to get these videos out there, and I hope that they make a difference in some way. Journaling has really changed my inner dialogue and how I interpret situations, and for the most part, I'm the kind of person that absorbs my environment and then really analyzes it. And in many ways, as a creative person, this can be a great tool because I can absorb my environment and my experiences and my emotions and turn it into a great song or a great live show. But in other ways, I could be an overanalyzer to the point that it stops me from moving forward and it can create a block for my momentum. My approach to journaling that I'm sharing today is definitely more on the simplistic side and more used as a mental tool to be able to relieve anxiety and put your thoughts on paper and not necessarily ever look at them again. It's just more of a release to be able to free your mind. And when I mention these ideas, it's not that I'm a doctor, I'm not an expert in this in any way, it's just coming from my own personal experience, and I thought it was important for me to be able to share this. To start journaling, all you need is a piece of paper and pen, or you can use your phone. And make sure you find a warm, cozy, quiet place with maybe a hot beverage and your notebook so that you can really take the time to reflect on your thoughts and have a better journaling experience. I prefer to have a notebook with something inspirational and inviting on the cover so that it actually makes me want to start journaling, but also it's just more tangible to be able to physically write down your thoughts, to release them onto paper, and to be able to create more space in your mind, which we'll get more into that. Alright, on that note, I think we should get started. So, one of my simple ways to start journaling for anxiety is to free my mind. I'm not sure what anxiety feels like to you, but it kind of creeps up on me. It feels like it just sits below the surface and then simmers to a point where eventually it boils over. Kind of like when you're boiling a pot of pasta on too high of heat and then eventually it overflows. You know what I'm saying, and when you're in that place, you get stuck and it's a lot harder to get back to where you were. So I've learned that when I start to feel those feelings of where it's simmering just under the surface, that's the best time to start journaling. And to start, all you need to do is write down your thoughts, negative or not, put them all down, and once you're done, get rid of that piece of paper and never see it again. The next thing you're going to do is start a fresh page and then flip those negative thoughts on their head and turn them into a positive. But the most important thing is that those positive thoughts have to be in present tense. So let's say you want to be healthier, or you're worried about your family or life in general. Instead of saying, I want to be healthier, you're going to say, I am healthy, my family is safe, my family is happy, and everything in my life is working to better me. Once you've done that, have an open mind and read through what you said a few times and really absorb it. See what it feels like to believe the words that you've said and have the faith that those words are correct and they are happening for you right now. The more you're able to do that, the more you're going to be able to trick your mind into believing what you actually said, which is going to make you feel a lot happier. And in turn, you're actually attracting more of that into your life because like attracts like. Another great one is to spend the time figuring out what you want in life. Life can take us on all kinds of journeys and directions, and if we don't know what we want, it can leave us feeling off track or uncertainty. If you're firm in your goals, your desires, and your overall projection, you'll have a stronger sense of self and a clear purpose. And if you have a stronger sense of self and clear purpose, you'll be able to make decisions quicker and spend less time overanalyzing and move forward. And by being able to write these thoughts on paper and taking the time to do that, it allowed me to go inside and really hone in on what those things were for me. And like the advice that I mentioned before, I think that this one is important to put in present tense as well. So when you think about what it is you want in life, really visualize what that's like to be a part of your life and who you are. But don't put too much pressure on it. Put those thoughts down so that the positive thought is out there and let it come back to you. The next one is find your why. I briefly touched on this subject in last week's video, so I'm glad that I'll be able to get even more into it today. Journaling is a powerful tool to be able to find your why, and I hope that by going through the first two ways that I mentioned in this video to journal for anxiety, that you'll have more of a clear and relaxed mind to be able to do this next exercise. When I've talked to others about this subject, most people's whys are to help other people. And when you really think about it, everything we do helps people in some way, and something you're doing does that too. So for an example, a custodian working in a school, you're helping to keep students healthy and safe, or maybe you're a factory worker, you're creating an item that's going to make someone's life a lot easier, or you're a hairdresser, you're helping someone to feel a lot more refreshed and make them feel confident and beautiful in themselves. If you're wondering what my why is, mine is to bring people together and provide them with joy through my music and my shows, and to create an emotional outlet for them. By finding your why and realizing that you're a part of the bigger picture, I hope that it helps you to move through your days feeling a lot more happier and confident and focused. And by adding this into your journaling exercise, I know that it's going to help you in a big way. Don't overthink these things, scribble them down. The act of just writing them down is there to visualize and start to change your mindset, and a mental tool to be able to relieve your anxiety and so that you have more of a free mind. What are you grateful for? I know that for myself, if I'm able to remove any distractions and really break down the basic parts of my life that are most important to me, it can instantly change my whole perspective and my mood. But I know that for myself, when I've gone through the journaling exercises that I mentioned earlier, it definitely helps to have more of a clear, calm mind. And when I have that, it's a lot easier just to be able to look around and see the things that I'm grateful for. And it can be super simple things, like having a roof over our heads, or a warm bed, or clean water, clean air, loving families, fur babies, whatever it is. If you can write those things down on paper and practice that gratitude, I guarantee it will start to lift your anxiety. If you can consistently disrupt those negative thought patterns through these journaling exercises, it's definitely going to impact your thought process in a big way, especially in the long term. Your mind will naturally start to have more positive thought patterns. Be realistic, but also be open to changing your mindset and start living that positive life. And when I say be realistic, I'm thinking about the journaling exercises for what you want in life and finding your why. I think it's important that we're conscious about the things that we're writing down and to make sure that they are in the realm of who we are and what we can do. By going through these journaling experiences and really digging deeper, it helped me to figure these things out. As you're going through these journaling exercises, if there's anything I learned, that's not to put any unnecessary pressure on yourself, especially during these times. And whatever comes through, your thoughts and feelings are valid. Just go through the motions and let it happen. And also you should know that whatever you're going through, it will strengthen you as long as you let it. And that we can't let our own minds stop us from living the life we want. Because this is more of a minimalistic approach to journaling, I wouldn't say that you have to necessarily do this every day or every week. It's just something you can use as a tool when you need it the most and when you're feeling anxiety, and it just helps you to come back to that mind place that you want. But I would say for myself, when I first started journaling, I did it a lot more often because I found it really helpful to really start changing those thought patterns. And now that I've been able to do this more, I don't need it as much in my life. It's more like I use it as a tool when something starts to come up and I start to feel a certain way. And just by pulling out my journal and putting down my thoughts and going through these exercises, it can bring me back to the place that I want to be. So be realistic about a time and a place that's going to work for you and how often you do it. You'll know yourself what's going to be best for you. By applying these journaling exercises into your life, I hope it gives you more personal freedom to be able to explore a positive mindset, and that it can be used as a tool for you to help relieve anxiety. Oh, where was I? If you enjoyed the topic today, make sure you give me a big thumbs up so that I know to create more videos like this. And if you have a favorite journaling exercise that I didn't mention today, make sure you leave it in the comments below because I'd love to try it out. And I do have a new song, it's called Free. If you haven't heard it yet, then make sure you head on over to my lyric video, which I released 2 weeks ago. It might be the song that you need to hear right now. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, because I will love you forever. And hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I release my new episode, which I'm doing every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you already subscribed, then I already love you forever. Welcome to my Free to Be family. Thanks for being here. That's it for now. Much love.